Hello. All right. Here's the deal. I tried. Here's the deal. I tried playing a little bit on my own. That got boring. And I want to play 60 parsecs, but I don't want to do that until we win. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna play as Ted because Dolores is easier to pick up than Ted is. All right. I just want to beat the game. I don't care what ending I get. I just want to beat it for old time sex, and then I can move to 60 parsecs, which is the game that I haven't played, which will be playing blind. I don't want to look up anything about the game. I want to just learn everything by myself. Okay, I press normal, right? Okay. Sure, we'll grab you. Oh, actually, you know what? We'll go here. Grab Timmy first. Every time I do this, I always don't grab enough water, and it ends up fucking me. Okay. Mary Jane, soup. Then we have 2 soup. Doris. Grab soup. Water. Okay, we got a lot of food. And one thing I definitely need is the scout handbook, which I see right over there. Perfect. Grab that. And gas mask is always good to have. We want the radio in case the government. Some water over here. Bug spray, sure. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, that was tense. But I made it. You also have trouble like skipping through shit when I'm trying to speak, and I hope that doesn't ruin the experience of the video. I'm gonna try and read things more thoroughly for the sake of commentary. Alright, let's see how we did. Okay, that's not too bad. Our right wall is looking a little barren. Alright, all of us made it into the shelter just a second before the blast. That was a close one. As long as we're all together, we can make it work down here. We remember hearing canned soup is healthy for you. When we opened the shelter door, we noticed some of the shelves are already stocked. We can't really see. We recall putting all these supplies here, but they're definitely going to be put to use. So, plus 1 gun, and in the suitcase we have an axe. Perfect. Our shelves are full of cans. We'll eat from cans, sleep on cans, talk to cans. Plenty of water. That's good. It's the best stocked shelter we've ever seen. Never seen another one, but we're sure it's a good amount of supplies. Alright. Keep dreaming about those little things we did back in the day when there weren't as many bombs falling down. Not on our heads anyway. Who knows, maybe the new world will offer new opportunities and it won't be that bad. Ted says there's no need to worry about him, he's okay. Everyone's okay. That's good to hear. Okay, it's radioactive. We've got up to the supplies. Let's wait to day 5 to feed people, and we'll see where we're at. We've been busy since we got to the shelter, but there's still much to be done, like trimming that shrubbery in our yard. There's definitely something we want to do when we get out of here. Is that a knock on the door already? Planning far ahead is usually a good strategy, but for now, we should be more interested in our plan for water rationing. Everyone's thirsty. Too bad. What's the sound? A galloping horse. We rushed to the door and were greeted by 2 men, just like they'd come from a medieval fair. We identified the source of the sound. One of them was holding 2 rocks and hitting them against each other constantly, while the other was skipping and pretending to be a rider. They said they're looking for some antique cup, but they'd got lost, and we'd be most grateful if we would let them check our map, provided we have one. Fortunately, we do not have one. I don't know what that sound is. Although we tried to decline politely, the guests were clearly offended. They galloped away, waving their wooden swords and screaming something about cutting down shrubberies. Absolutely crazy. Ted looks like he's got 1 foot in the grave, blah blah blah, you're all fine. We could have sworn that huge puddle of water wasn't there earlier, and there goes another one. Oh, damn it, we're getting flooded. Let's grab some of the supplies before they start floating. Well, That's unfortunate. Radio was rescued first before any of that filthy liquid got into its case. It wasn't long before most of the water disappeared, but the damage it had done was enough to upset us. Cleaning and fixing this mess will take us days, and what's that smell? Everyone needs food and water. That's what they're gonna get. We'll start an expedition. We'll see what happens. You can barely breathe in this damn shelter. For the last couple of hours, the situation is getting noticeably worse. There might be something wrong with the ventilation system. Maybe it's stuck. If that's the case, I think that's what we do. Is we poison the thing because there's a bunch of insects, and if you use like anything else, it hurts you. We decided to spray the hell out of that vent just to be safe. Turned out it was the right thing to do. A couple of mutated insects fell out, followed by a gust of fresh air. Alright. You take the gas mask and the axe. Why not? We want you to come back safely, as safe as possible. So you kill some people out there. Timmy. He's gonna come back with nothing. That's fine, blah blah blah. Everyone's fine. Last thing we expected to hear while sitting in the fallout shelter was a trumpet. It was played by someone who's clearly not a trumpet player, and who had probably never heard a trumpet player in his entire life. He came with a friend who knocked on the door and demanded that we let the merrymen in so they could take from the rich and give to the poor. Ooh, this is a gamble because I don't know if we're considered rich or not. No. We've got a lot of food and water. We don't want to be considered rich. He didn't answer those peculiar calls and kept the door locked until the noises outside faded away. We're not exactly sure we want those people to come back. They sounded harmless enough, but can harmless people be trusted in these troubled times? They might be worse than those who didn't seem harmless at all. Where's water, water, water? Okay. Our patience is wearing thin. We thought it would be a good idea to take a quick look outside to see if there's any trouble in the area. As we were about to step out, a pair of animal eyes flashed in the darkness, and their owner started growling in a most terrifying way. We only had moments to decide what to do. Flashlight! Pancake! Please. I love Pancake so much. We decided to check what was coming for us with our flashlight. Guess what? It was a dog. The poor thing seemed tired, so we let it stay with us for the night. Next morning, we opened the door to let it out. It still hasn't returned. Hopefully, it'll come back later. Alright, seems I had a little interruption, but it's fine. Okay. Boredom and silence are overwhelming. Too bad we don't have a TV to keep us occupied. Maybe we can take advantage of some of our supplies to pretend they're props in a movie set. Nope, we can't do that. Both the things I sent Timmy out with. Ted and Mary Jane seem let down, but we have more important things to do than playing theater right now. So it looks like he's got one foot in the grave, blah blah blah. Everyone needs to eat and drink. If there's anyone who can rescue us from our hellish situation, it's our government. You can badmouth them all you want, but that means you're either a naysayer or a commie. We're good citizens. We've been paying our taxes regularly, so we're sure Uncle Sam is coming to get us. Well, except that one time when never mind. The government people are coming, and we should keep our ears and eyes open for any sign of them. Timmy's got to come back soon. You may contact the military is out there, and they're coming for us. All we need to do now is wait patiently. The soldier with the boring voice was very specific about this. Help is on the way. We just need to wait for further instructions to keep our radio in working order. A group of doctors knocked on our door today requesting some supplies that would be helpful in refilling their first aid kits. We didn't doubt that they were a real deal for a second. They did have lab coats and everything. Shall we help them? Sure, give me a first aid kit. Please. Nope, they just took our water. Bottle of relatively clean water is the closest we will ever get to hydrogen peroxide. The guests were grateful anyway. Ted is fine. Everyone's fine. Trash can of ours is getting disgusting. Good news is we don't have much of an appetite when we see it, so we're saving some food. If for some reason we would like to tidy this place up, those giant green cockroaches are a pretty good motivator. Smash them. Pancake. I don't have a first aid kit. Scratching on the door could only mean one thing. Our dog friend is back. We raced to open the door, not considering it might have been a mutated beast, but luckily smiled on us. The furry fellow seemed really tired and hungry. Should we feed him? Of course. Yeah, so Timmy is not back yet, but he is not dead. There, speak of the devil. Give me a first aid kit, please. Yes! Okay, no one gets sick. That med kit goes to the dog. The dog was back to his former self in under an hour. We don't know what they put in that soup, but man, that stuff is good. We decided the dog needed a name, and the right name for him was Pancake. Come here, Pancake. Who's a good boy? Pancake stayed around for a while, but was gone the next morning. We can bet he will be back. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. We were cautiously exploring the neighborhood when we got cornered by a scary-looking thug with a shotgun. The odds weren't in our favor until a crate fell out of the sky and dropped right down on the bandit. Excellent timing, government aid. A food drop, that's what we needed. What did they drop this time? Bread, cheese, meat, chocolate? Nope, tomato soup games. Hooray, +2 tomato soup. Someone forgot to fill the water crate with something to soften the fall. As a result, most of the balls were shattered. Luckily, a few of them survived. That should be enough to keep us going for a bit. +2 water? Every responsible and respectable family needs a first aid kit filled with some high quality drugs. We were running short, so the opportunity to replenish them was something we were eagerly awaiting. We just didn't expect a medical container to fall on the scavenger's head. That was pretty traumatic. We might need some drugs to cope with the memory. Damn, I really like the suitcase. It's gone now. That's unfortunate. Gas mask was damaged, and the axe didn't make it. Last thing got us thinking, maybe we could just drive away from this nightmare somehow. Of course, most of the automobiles available are completely burnt out, but if we find a solid base and salvage enough parts, perhaps we could build a vehicle of our own. We'd better keep an eye out for those on future expeditions. Timmy gets food and water. I would like to... No, we don't have a thing. We've got enough stuff. Let's try tuning in on that signal. Sure. Please tell me the fallout's gone. Some friendly soul on the radio was talking about a supply pack she'd lost during a trip through our town. We immediately realized she must have driven through our street. We rushed out and got to the package before anyone else. That's nice. So it looks like he's got one foot in the grave. He needs water. Okay. And then everyone gets food and water. Even though Timmy just got fed, I don't care. We thought the phone call... Dolores has got this. Don't get sick, because that med kit goes to Pancake. Good. I realize I'm skipping through a lot of this shit again, like the one thing I said I wouldn't do. When we answered the phone, we could clearly hear a gasp of relief from the caller. They introduced themselves as survivors from a nearby town of Hill Valley. We started exchanging information when the call was cut short. Something must have gone wrong on their side. We hope they will get back to us. Rested, everyone's fine. Contamination is so strong. Man, we know very little about what's going on outside. It'd be a good idea to find out more. Maybe discover if anyone else made it to safety already and could help with this. Yes. I don't know what that sound was. We were able to get a weak signal and tap into the government's emergency announcement service. And guess what? Great news. The fall outside is mostly gone. It should be much safer to travel on the surface now. Okay. I would like to plan an expedition. What's that sound? Oh no, something or someone is below us. It's only reasonable to go and check it out. How about that manhole in the corner? Sure. Oh no. Aw, Timmy. Timmy's gonna die. What the hell? We barely made it out alive. It was a giant mutated crocodile or an alligator or something else with a giant mouth and plenty of teeth. Is anyone hurt? Timmy got hurt. That's unfortunate. He's not getting that medkit. I want Ted to go outside. And he's gonna take nothing. He'll be fine. I probably should have fed and watered him before he left, but it's fine. Ted left for the surface. Well, hopefully he'll be back soon. Timmy's very hungry. War movements aren't getting any better. It's in terrible shape. We can give him water now. They're fine. Hey, it's Pancake. Our friend is back. but he seems very nervous and he keeps barking and jumping. When you open the door, he rushed out, but only to come back a moment later and bark at us again. Maybe we should follow him. What gear shall we take? Sure, you can take the gun. Did we get anything good out of it? Doesn't look like it. I click on that and fly. That's unfortunate. The old saying goes, better safe than sorry. The rifle seemed to be the right choice for gear for venturing into the unknown. We didn't expect to run to trigger Happy Folk, who started shooting before asking questions. Gunshots were enough to send Pancake running. We got back safely, but he didn't show up. Aww. Better safe than sorry might not be the best choice of words if you got shot, but that's what happened. One of those thugs had a good aim. Everyone needs to get fed and watered. Dolores got hurt. Come on. Shine your boots and hoist the flag is on the radio again. They're telling us to get our flashlight ready to signal their aircraft. They'll be flying over our area later this evening. They see our light, they'll know where to look for us. Sure. Y'all need to get over your wounds quickly, because you're not getting that med kit. Everything was going as planned, but then the flashlight stopped working. We were lucky to get it fixed just in time to hear the distant roar of the plane's engines. We're pretty sure the pilot saw us. Let's see if they get back to us. And then they're all dying. Timmy, why are you still hungry? You've eaten. There's one person we truly miss, is our great Uncle Terry, who used to tell brilliant stories about turtles, elephants, and wizards. It would be so reassuring to hear one of these stories again, and yet we don't even have a photo of him, just memories. We did. The photo we were looking for was stuck between the pages of the Scout Handbook. What a lucky coincidence. It's a bit blurry, but it's still a wonderful surprise. We should attend to Dolores' injuries. Dolores will be fine. Timmy didn't say a word about it, but when he was outside, he scratched his hand on a wire or some other rusty piece of metal. His wound is not looking pretty. We just think about it. God damn it, no! I just want Pancake. Now he's sick. God damn it, Timmy's gonna die. How was no one heal on their own? I thought they did. Best medicine for any sickness or injury is to clench your teeth and ignore it. That's what our grandma always said. Of course, she's dead now and has been for a while, ever since she got that nasty frog bite at the fine age of 25. We're no doctors, but we should help Dolores. She's all fine. The sleazy-looking traitor carrying... Hey, this is the cat. Sleazy-looking traitor carrying an equally scruffy bag on his shoulder paid us a visit. He offered us a simple one-time deal. For just one can of soup, we get the bag and all of its contents. We can't see what's inside, and the traitor gives us an angry glances every time we take a step towards the mysterious bag. Should we make a deal? Sure. We don't need Timmy and Ted. We have the cat and Pancake. Dolores will be fine too. Look at him. As soon as the door closed behind the traitor, the bag started violently shake, emitting screeching hellish sounds. Terrified, we back up against the walls. When the beast finally escaped, it turned out to be an angry house cat. The feline gave us a menacing look and promptly sat down in the corner to clean itself. Its color says Sharikov. Is that its name? And everyone's dying. They were visited by a strange-looking little man who introduced himself as a trader. He insisted his prices are so low that it's practically cutting his own throat. At least we can do is to take a look at his offer of those. For some reason, we don't really trust him. I don't want to trade any of that. Ted's back. Please tell me you brought really good shit. I don't see anything different. What did you bring back? Despite his attempts to sell us all kinds of things, useless and not, we turned down the man's offer. It's probably for the better. He did look quite untrustworthy. Ted has safely returned from his voyage to the surface. Noises in our neighborhood can only mean trouble. We decided to follow them to their source and started tracking a group of scavengers. They weren't from around here, so we took the opportunity to liberate one of their backpacks. They had about a dozen more, so they probably won't miss one. Plus one food. The sight of glass hitting glass while running with a backpack can only mean one thing: water. The outer pocket of the backpack contained a deck of cards, better than nothing. The window shopped nearby parking lots for a vehicle that wasn't completely burnt out. Unfortunately, we found nothing of value. Maybe for future expeditions we will be more lucky. Mary Jane keeps fainting, blah blah blah. It's a good thing you guys came back on food day. Mary Jane can go out. A young woman dressed in white knocked on our door today, telling us the story of her missing twin brother, who was most probably held captive in a bandit camp. He tried to defeat a big bandit leader, and his sister fears something might have happened to him. She claims to know that we're good and trustworthy people, and believes that we can help her rescue her sibling. If we do so, it might be getting a solid friendship. Ted's got this. He just got back and he's tired, but he's a man. A man's man. When Timmy died. The woman quickly called a group of friends, and we set out for what turned to be a successful mission. Finding our lost twin brother wasn't a problem. He was hanging on top of some antenna next to the fence, trying to escape. In his duel with the bandit leader, he lost a hand, but the group quickly tended to his injuries, and he'll be just fine. The siblings thanked us 100 times and said they would definitely contact us again. Everyone sucks. And Timmy died. We couldn't do anything about Timmy's wounds. They got worse and worse and worse until eventually he got fed up and left. All that remains of him is a note explaining that we are lousy parents and that he will be back when he becomes the warlord of the wasteland. Come on. Yeah, Mary Jane, you can go out with nothing. If we're gonna lose, we're gonna lose. I should have fed and watered her. It's fine. Mary Jane went outside. Let's hope she hurries back soon. Oh my god. Why do your injuries not heal on your own? Okay, is this the dog? Okay. Yes, we'll fucking heal with Dolores. If Sharikov considers our shelter its home now, we might as well try to get along. We could try to carry it around and pet it on the head. All cats like a good pet, and Sharikov should hopefully be no exception. Otherwise, any attempt to touch the cat could lead to our untimely death should we try to play with him. I want to say yes, but at the same time, I don't need any more injuries. Oh, look at him. We gave up on that crazy idea. We had a feeling that this could not possibly end well. The cat seems to agree. You're still hungry. You're not hungry. While trying to pet the little devil, we found a piece of paper on its collar with an address scribbled on it. Could its previous owners still be around and worried sick? Chances are slim. We should pay them a visit, or at least whatever less of them. Sure. Oh, and Sherikov's dead. Gone. We grabbed our new fluffy friend for a little stroll through the waste, only to immediately run into a couple of gentlemen dressed in trench coats, fedoras, and shades. They gritted their teeth at the sight of the cat and said they'd been looking for it. Apparently it belongs to the dear old man who loves it dearly. Before we could utter a word, they took Sharikov, thanked us, and left. The cat didn't seem to mind, so maybe it's for the best. Aww. This is it, we keep finding spiders everywhere. They're in our soup, they're in our water. God damn it, why did they have to do that? No. We always knew books were precious. They are the perfect weapon for waging total war on insectoids of any kind. Fear will keep the local spiders in line. Fear of the scout handbook. While chasing them around the shelter, we found a misplaced water bottle. That was a good hunt. And everyone's dying, like always. Boop, boop, boop. We decided to have some fun and play a game or two. The first one was picking a game we were going to play. This took us most of the day. We still haven't made up our minds. It's real relatable. What is this? Wait further instructions from friendly wastelanders and... Sure. Mary Jane's back. Please be a mutant. Nope. Unfortunate. You got a lot of water and no soup. Playing hide and seek. The longest round we were able to play lasted for around 10 seconds, and that was only because the lights went out for a moment. Nothing made us happier than the sight of Mary Jane returning to the surface. Returning to the shelter from the surface. It's quite a long walk from our house to the docks. We knew of a promising warehouse in the area. It survived the blast, but the sea wave drowned half of it. We were hoping it wasn't the better half. We always thought canned soup was made in America. Apparently it's made in another country with a weird name that we don't recognize. According to the crate's date stamp, the shipment came after the blast. Weird. +5 soup. Water everywhere, and finding empty bottles to store it in was not a problem. The problem was the water we filled them with was kind of salty. Our checkers board was floating on the surface. It only took us 12 hours to find all the pieces to make it playable. Time well spent. And Mary Jane gets food and water. It seemed awfully quiet outside. Maybe it's safe, maybe it's not. Yeah. Army isn't coming, not yet anyway. That's today's radio news. Instead, they've been broadcasting requests for all citizens to assist them by cutting down trees in the nearby park. We don't know if some fancy general needs it for his fireplace. They suggested it's either that or no evacuation. The choice is pretty obvious to us. That's unfortunate. Charikov? We're not lumberjacks, we're not chopping down that park, maybe another time. To our surprise, we found Charikovs back in our shelter this morning. We're not exactly sure why or how it came back. Is it our good care it appreciates, or kind hearts, optimism, or just our stockpile of soup cans? Only time will tell. Everyone's hungry, it seems. That'd be fine. Go outside. Let's send Ted out. But we're going to remember to feed and water them before they leave. And do we want to give them the gun? We're getting into bandit territory. We'll bring him the gun. Give him the gun. Hope he comes back. Curiosity almost killed the cat. Sharkov found a tiny wire sticking out from the ceiling and pulled it out. Plaster and debris fell on our table, topped off with a big meowing furball. What is this thing anyway? Nobody remembers it being there before. The cat might get angry if we take away the wire, so maybe it's best to leave it. Or maybe we should examine that wire? Yes, let's examine it, I think. Who left? Oh, Ted left. Okay, I was confused. Thought that was the sound of coming back. Fell the wire outside and found a half-burned-out truck with two surprised gentlemen inside, surrounded by an array of blinking bulbs. That's some space tech right there. Were they listening on us from our very own shelter? Their feeble excuse about a roadside picnic didn't convince us. Even Timmy knows you can't have picnics here, and the car had no wheels. And then everyone's hungry. Our last expedition brought news of a vehicle parked just down the street. It sure looked unique, but we never got close enough to get a good look. I'm almost certain it's not a bandit trap. Should we send someone over to check it out? Sure, Mary Jane's got this. She's fucking dead. She's gonna die. Oh. A shocking discovery. It was a dirty ice cream truck. It was a little crispy around the edges, and it was also missing wheels and some other crucial parts, but the seats were fairly comfortable. Wouldn't it be amazing to just drive away and leave this radioactive hell behind us? What is this? Oh! Hey, if we can... I think that's one of the endings. Alright, siblings kept their words and visited us again. Seeing as they're slowly running out of space in their tent, the group is determined to build a small camp for themselves. They already gathered some resources, but they need someone there to chop wood and build houses. Unfortunately, we don't have an axe. Maybe Ted will come back with an axe. I apologize for not being able to help at this time. Maybe we can find an axe soon and join the fun, but right now we have no way of helping these folks. Once you know it, our dear Mary Jane keeps a diary, and for some reason she was hiding it in the scout book we keep in our shelter. We have no doubts what needs to be done right now. Each of us must be assigned a role in the diary. Must be read aloud, right? No, don't do that. That's bad. Knocking at the shelter door. Mary Jane thanked us for respecting her privacy, and she ripped out and tore all the pages, set them on fire, stomped them, and fed them to the mutator out outside. A bit excessive, but we all feel better now. That's been dealt with. We still wonder what she wrote. Ted's been outside for far too long and he still hasn't returned. We fear he isn't coming back. That's stupid. We need to send somebody out again. The agents who are spying on us in our doors want to explain themselves. Should we hear them out? Sure. They were agents, real live secret agents on a government mission. We saw their identity cards briefly. They weren't listening in on us. It was the cat they were interested in. They made a request too, wanting us to aid them with some of their top secret missions in the future. If we do that, they promise they will extract us to a government safe house full of supplies and donuts. Hopefully they will come back soon with more information. Everyone's hungry. We're gonna give Mary Jane food. Only because we need to send her outside. I mean, I don't know what to send her with that would help her. Just hope that she comes back. But if Ted fucking died with a gun out there, I don't know. They're our only hope. We kind of need supplies. Mary Jane went outside. Let's hope she hurries back soon. Oh, I forgot that I can read the top bit of the fucking thing to know if there's bandits out or whatever. Could use some extra supplies. The last time we went on our supply run, we noticed a damaged tank stuck in the rubble nearby. Have we sent someone to investigate? Sure. Let's hope that we don't lose because we left the thing. An extra bit of firepower never hurts. We were more than happy to inherit a military-issue rifle from the tank. Dolores will not survive without any water. Yes, get fed and watered. C40. The radio of ours has been silent for the past few hours. We need our news, we need our music. We all agree that if it's refusing to cooperate, we need to meddle with it until it works. No, we don't want to fuck with the radio. That's how we break it. Right? We're sure they are experiencing technical issues. Yes, that's it. Everything will be just fine. Another army transmission. We wish it would mark the end of our stay at the shelter, but it seems the military has other plans. All survivors in the area were asked to head to the nearby park and chop down as many trees as possible to aid the evacuation effort. Whatever that means, may as well join and speed up this whole affair. Unfortunate. Alright, we're going pretty far. But I don't think we're gonna win this. We're not lumberjacks, we're not chopping down that park. Maybe another time. This is terrible, we can't sleep. We've been having problems with sleeping ever since we got down here, but now it's worse than ever. If we don't deal with this problem, we won't be able to cope with any other challenges that await us outside this thin shelter doors. That sucks. And now she's tired. And crazy. Bravely ignoring our symptoms, we tried to get at least an hour or two of sleep. No luck. We're even more tired than we were. And there are other problems we will need to face soon. Let's just hope our yawning will be enough to scare raiders away or save us from radiation sickness. There it goes again. Weird noises all the time. Are they coming from the pipes, walls? Is it something behind the door? We don't know, and it's driving us insane. We should sit down and relax, otherwise we might get paranoid. Sure, play with the cards. By yourself. Dolores is still crazy. Having some fun made us forget about, what was it again? It's not eating for a while. Sometimes we're a bit afraid of her. Rest. We got a visit today from a person with a physical mutation. He managed to grow several extra fully operational hands. He shared the story of his group with us, people with other deformities who, despite the circumstances, remained friendly and struggled to gather supplies. Wherever they go, people just shoo them away in fear of getting sick. He promises that if we gift him some supplies, the group will help us get rid of bandits next time they bother us. Sure. Still Mary Jane's done. What the fuck? We're not certain about the trip to the surface. This trip could be risky, but we could use the supplies. I guess we're just... So unless we get an axe, we're just kind of... We lost, I think. We apologize for not being able to help at this time. Maybe we can find an axe soon and join the fun, but right now we have no way of helping these folks. felt that we should do something better interior decoration. The feng shui is really off in our fallout shelter. While we were moving things around, we found a secret door. What's behind it? There's only one way to find out. Flashlight. Is it an axe? Nope. It was very fortunate that we had that flashlight. If it wasn't for that, we would have missed a pile of old maps collecting dust in a corner. They're mostly boring national park maps and the like, but one of them turned out to be a map of our town. Doors for Julie loves something to eat, blah blah blah, she'll be fine. High-tech setup involves... Using a high-tech setup involving paper cups and yards of string, the agents rang in with our next top-secret mission. That will surely land us in the VIP bunker very soon. They want us to go on one successful expedition and write down what we saw in the journal. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Sure. This is the end, I think. Right? No? Oh. She made it back. Okay. So on our way to the surface, let's hope she'll make it back safe to town. We graciously agreed to their request. They thanked us for doing our civic duty and promised to get back with more information. The recon mission was risky business. We had to visit neighbors that were dicey even in the best of times. The area was full of mutated cats and dogs fighting each other in gangs, and all of them were armed to the teeth. We barely made it out of there alive, but the agents seemed to appreciate our efforts. Let's hope these missions are actually worth it. Our bucket is just about due for an upgrade, and we're expecting the government shelter to have an excellent bathroom. Maybe even a hot tub. Okay, yes, she needs to eat something. What, is she hurt now? Isn't doing well, was hurt. God damn it. Knock knock, it's not always surprising and confusing us. It could be anything, good or bad, but we're always curious. Should we open the door? Yes. We're gonna lose anyway. Oh, hey, that's cool. A group of travelers wearing gas masks and carrying some serious-looking equipment gave us purified water. Before we could thank them, they turned away and left. Opening that hatch was a bit risky. It seems... Oh my god. Now she's sick. She has everything. Oh my god, Dolores. Sorry, there's a distance. You noticed someone had written a set of mysterious directions in one of their corners. Okay, we're gonna feed and water her if she's going out again. In hopes that the thing isn't occupied by the time she gets back. Good. That map directions weren't too hard to follow. We found our way to one of the neighbors' backyards, dug out under one of their trees. They discovered 2 food cans. That's what they call a successful treasure hunt. And then she's sick as fuck, dying. Ah, guess what? We already got ourselves a very own Fallout garden. We got a bunch of mushrooms growing on the walls. They're big enough to be eaten. How about today? We prepare the finest mushroom feast today. Nope. Don't eat mushrooms. That's bad. Is that the government contacting us again? We don't have an axe? Maybe hungry, but there are just some things we will never eat. Wall fungus is one of them. Dolores has come back safely from the wasteland, I guess. Oh my god. All of it. Okay, so is it all gonna boil down to if you don't have an axe, you're going to lose? This is dumb. What goes around? Oh! She's not sick, or we're not lumberjacks. Maybe we're not chopping down that park. Maybe another time. She's still hurt. She's not hurt either. What the fuck? Doris is quiet. We should tend to, but she's not hurt or sick. Anything. She's a little crazy, but she's fine. When the group dressed in lab coats came over for a while back asking for water, we had doubts about their identities, but no more. They came back today and gave us some injections. We don't know what it was. We were feeling so much better, and all the colors are so bright. Oh boy, that's great. Too bad Dolores is still crazy. Oh, but she's not tired anymore. Maybe I can send her out. Some door-to-door salesman found his way to our shelter. We remember him from before the apocalypse. He came over with a bunch of leaflets and tried to convince us to join something called Astro Citizen. We refused. Now he just wants supplies and says he will reveal some state secrets to us in return. Sure, have a water bottle. We are generous, so we shared our supplies with him. He tried to make us believe that America has a working space station in orbit, or rather had, since according to that guy, it exploded when the bomb dropped. How convenient. A working space station would choke her. He was probably so hungry and dehydrated his brain started playing tricks on him. Doing well, our sanity is questionable. Yes, it is. Okay, we're gonna feed and water her. And do we have the gun? I think we have a gun, right? Yeah, she's taking the gun. Come on, please. Damn it. Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's hope she'll make it back safe and sound. We don't think Dolores is coming back from the surface. We didn't make it. These are our final words and our advice to anyone who reads this obscured writing. Survived for 62 days. That sucks. Man. Okay, so what I'm learning from this is grab an axe, get an axe and a radio and a flashlight, and don't fucking lose any of it. Well, thanks for watching. If you're still here, make sure to comment, like the video, blah blah blah, all that fun stuff. I'm done playing this for now.